What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Let me hit y'all with this one real quick. This is gonna be some the tough love for us all. Um, if this is something that you've never heard before, which would be hard for me to believe, then I'm gonna introduce you to it. But of course, if it's something that I believe all of us have heard or should know, then sometimes we need to be reminded or reintroduced to it. And that is that mindset that we have where we like to ask for things or demand things that from other people that we're not willing to give back. So the word respect always comes to mind first. People say, "Well, man, you want to be respected, you have to respect others," and that's a fact. That's a great example. But it goes a little farther into that because sometimes we have this delusional mindset of entitlement or that we deserve things that we might not really deserve. We think we do. See, anything that you want to have, anything that you want to have of value in your life, you have to be worthy of it. And most times, to really be worthy of it, you have to qualify yourself for it. What do I mean by that? I mean that if there's a particular job that you want, man, I want to be this, I want to be that. You can't just walk inside the hospital and say, hey, man, I'm ready to report for surgery. You can't just walk into a courtroom and just say, hey, man, which one of these cats ain't got no attorney, man? I take care of that. And you've never been to law school. You have to qualify yourself to have things that you claim you want. So we go through life feeling like I should have it just because I'm me. So you praying, oh man, I've been praying to God all this time, man, and I still ain't getting no blessing. I'm watching, she just got a house, he just got a car, my best friend got married, I've been wanting to get married for 15 years. She just met old boy 8 months ago and they met. Okay, that's because maybe she qualified herself to become the type of person that a guy looked at and said, you know what? I could see myself making her my wife. I could see myself spending the rest of my life with her. And the same with a guy. Same thing with a dude. Man, ain't none of these women out here, nothing, man. I can't find no good woman. These women don't want to do this. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. But what are you doing to show yourself as a kind of man that a woman would look at and and gravitate towards in that matter where she will want to be the type of woman that you want her to be? What are you doing? You run the streets? You selling dope? You putting her and the family in jeopardy because of your lifestyle? What are you doing? So we always want something that we ain't willing to give back. And that's something that we gotta change, but the first way to change it, we got to recognize that we're like that. Because if we walk around delusional, feeling like, well, man, what you mean? Oh, man, I'm a good guy. I'm good. Yeah, you might be a good guy. You might be a good woman, but there's some things that we all have to tweak and adjust. And people say, well, man, I ain't changing for nobody. I ain't changing. Man, I'm me. Person got to accept me. He got to accept me for how I am. That's the problem. See, it's not this defense mechanism that we have in us where we feel like, oh, somebody trying to change me. Nah, if you claim this is what you want, anything that you claim that you want, whether it's a person or a position or whatever it is, there is an adjustment that we all have to make. There are certain little adjustments we have to make about ourselves in order to qualify ourselves. That's work that have to be done. So if you ain't got the job, you ain't got the position, you ain't achieving the goal, it's some work that you need to do. You got to look into the mirror, and you got to be willing to give whatever it is you claim that you want. You can't say you want a good wife, but you messing around and running the streets and every woman you ever had, you dogged her out and all that. You can't do that. And you can't say you want a good husband when you're not respectful, you talk crazy, you want to go to the club all the time, and all this different. You can't do that. And in the next breath say, I need somebody good in my life, and nah, those things don't go together. So a blessing is something that you have to prove yourself to be worthy of having. Otherwise, if you get, how many times have we seen somebody get something that was like really good and they blew it? A lot of money or something like that. You got somebody who may hit on a nice amount of money, but their mind was not in a place where they were ready to receive that. So in no time, they blew that money off. They lost it. You had a good friend, and you manipulated and used that friend because you wouldn't give back what they would give. You wasn't being a friend to them that they was being to you, and you lose that friend. And these things are hard to get. So a blessing in the hands of a fool, and it's like putting a pistol in a baby's hand. So we got to check ourselves and ask ourselves, all the stuff that you claim you want, you're not necessarily wrong for wanting it. But you got to understand, you can ask yourself the honest question, am I really ready for it? Do I really deserve it right now? Or do I have some work to do to get myself to a point where I can honestly say, okay, now I'm ready. All of the foolishness is behind me. It's in my rearview mirror, and now I'm ready. Because if not, you're going to go through the cycle. The next thing you know, you're going to be 25, you're going to be 35, you're going to be 45, you're going to be 55, 65, and it's going to be too late. So if you want honesty, start being honest. You want loyalty, start being loyal. You want respect, start being respectful. Plain and simple. And if you want to accomplish something, start putting in the work. Start putting in the time and quit thinking that something just going to sprinkle down magically on your head and you're going to be on top. All right, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. Y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Be sure to always keep the notifications on so you know when your big brother posts a video. And I'll hit y'all with another one real soon. Oh, and go subscribe to my podcast channel, the Underground Dialogue Podcast. Go do that right now. Check out all the interviews and all the content. We'll be hitting y'all with some more real soon. All right, peace and love.